The social world is a marketplace of masks, and your isolation is the first sign that you have stopped selling yours. They tell you that your solitude is a symptom of failure, that your quiet phone and empty calendar are evidence of a broken personality. I am here to tell you, it is a successful diagnostic. When you begin to build the inner citadel, something strange happens to your social environment. The people you once called friends do not celebrate your growth. They begin to drift away. Some will go quietly. Others will turn aggressive, twisting your newfound boundaries into arrogance or selfishness. You think you are losing people. The reality is far more clinical. You are ejecting parasites. In this transmission, we analyze the social filtration process. We will decode why your strength is a threat to the weak, and why the most dangerous thing you can do to a manipulator is to become unreadable. This is not about coping with loneliness. This is about the strategic quarantine required for a mind that is waking up. Stop negotiating with your weakness. The archive is open. To understand why they leave, we must first understand why they stayed. Most social connections are not built on depth or loyalty. They are built on a mutual agreement of harmlessness. In the archive, we call this malignant agreeableness. You were liked because you were useful. You were useful because you were predictable. And you were predictable because you were operating from a biological fawn response. Robert Greene warns us in The Laws of Human Nature that humans are masters of the mask. For years, you wore the mask of the nice guy, the one who never rocks the boat, the one who mirrors the emotions of others to ensure safety. This fawn response acted as a social glue, attracting a specific type of person: the predator, the narcissist, and the emotional parasite. These individuals did not love you. They loved the access you gave them. They loved your inability to say no. They loved the way you leaked your authority to keep them comfortable. But then, the sovereign protocol was initiated. You stopped over-explaining your decisions. You stopped apologizing for your existence. You began to practice strategic silence. The moment you stopped fawning, you became broken in their eyes. A parasite cannot feed on stone. When you build the walls of your inner citadel, those who lived in the cracks of your old porous identity have no choice but to starve. They leave not because you changed for the worse, but because you are no longer an easy source of fuel. Your isolation is the clinical proof that your nice guy mask has finally dissolved. When people cannot control you, they switch strategies. They will not just walk away. They will attempt a character liquidation. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations that the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. But your detractors will do the opposite. They will try to pull you back into the mud of their drama. They will call you difficult. They will spread rumors that you have changed or become arrogant. This is a classic power maneuver. When a leader becomes formidable and stops being a pawn, the surrounding crowd will attempt to subvert him through gossip and isolation. Why? Because your sovereignty acts as a mirror to their chains. Carl Jung describes the encounter with the shadow. By becoming strong, you are integrating your shadow. You are acknowledging your capacity for chaos and bringing it under control. This makes you unpredictable. To the weak, unpredictability is terrifying. They cannot read you. They cannot map your reactions. Your silence creates a vacuum of power, and their only way to fill that vacuum is with their own insecurities. They are not offended by your strength. They are humiliated by their own weakness that your strength exposes. They leave because they can no longer handle the reflection. Now that we have diagnosed the filtration, we must weaponize the resulting space. Solitude is not a void to be filled. It is a forge to be used. Seneca warned, "Avoid whatever is approved of by the mob." If you are currently alone, you have already achieved what most men are too cowardly to attempt. You have detached from the mob. First, practice the gray rock filter. When they try to provoke you, when they spread rumors or challenge your new boundaries, respond with absolute clinical indifference. Become as uninteresting as a gray rock. Do not defend. Do not explain. Win through your actions, never through argument. Your silence is the ultimate diagnostic strike. It forces them to burn their energy while you conserve yours. Second, perform a deep audit of your hegemonicon, your ruling faculty. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that opinion governs all. Use this time to strip away the opinions of the harmless crowd. Who are you when no one is watching? Third, strategic scarcity. Use absence to increase respect and honor. By remaining in solitude, you increase your value. You are no longer available for low-status gossip or petty dramas. You are building something in the dark, an inner citadel that is purely your own. When you eventually return to the social world, you will do so not as a seeker of approval, but as a sovereign offering access. Isolation is the price of entry for the villain arc. You cannot become a monster and expect to stay invited to the sheep's table. You cannot build a fortress while keeping the doors open for everyone who ever knew the old you. The people who are leaving your life are the ones who were only there to keep you small. Their exit is a promotion. Their silence is your peace. Do not mourn the loss of shallow connections. Celebrate the successful filtration of your social environment. You are finally becoming uncontrollable. As you sit in your solitude, remember the words of Balthazar Gracian. The wise man does at once what the fool does at last. The fool waits until he is betrayed to set boundaries. The wise man sets them early and watches the betrayers leave before they can strike. The harmless man is dead. The sovereign remains. The work is yours to do.